The black ants are attacked by the Red Bull ants with weapons that you have never imagined and almost destroyed their home, but the black ants use a counter weapon to defend themselves. Watch out till the end to find out who wins the war and why they are even fighting. Welcome to Viral Recap TV. In this video, we will recap the story of the 2013 animated movie called Valley of the Lost Ants. The movie starts with the couple enjoying quality time together under the shade of a tree. The man is napping under the tree while his pregnant wife is reading a book and eating strawberries. Suddenly, the woman senses that she is about to give birth. Her husband wakes up in a state of panic and helps her. They quickly rush away in their red Beetle car, leaving behind the tablecloth and the remains of their picnic lunch. At the same time, not very far away in the valley, many insects and bugs are living peacefully. Under some leaves at the edge of a clearing, two ladybird beetle parents are giving birth to 3 young baby bugs. Parents teach the children to spread their wings and take them to the air for their first lesson on how to fly. At first, they face problems in flying. One of them falls on a rock, but soon the babies quickly copied their parents and understand how to fly. After their first lesson on how to take off and fly, the little family starts to head home, except that the littlest ladybug named Cox, who prefers discovering the outside world to obeying his mother and takes off alone in the forest. Very soon the brave little ladybug meets a family gang of mean bully flies that taunt, bully, and chase him. The ladybug tries to escape, but due to his lack of experience, he is soon overtaken by the gang, loses control, and falls into a crevasse. Cox loses his one wing. The flies circled over it for a bit and then left him for dead. Cox slowly comes to her senses and tries to fly and realizes he has lost a wing in the accident. When night falls, he crawls out of the crevasse and calls out for his parents. As no one answers, Cox starts to wander into the forest, lost in the pouring rainstorm, and finally finds refuge in a lunchbox tin of sugar cubes, abandoned by the young couple. The following day, Cox wakes up and sees many beetles, caterpillars, and bugs carrying food that was left by the couple to their homes. At a distance, a column of black ants, attracted by the scent of sugar, they quickly rush towards the sugar box. On orders from their leader, Mandible, the worker ants lift up the box and start to take it back to their anthill. A little later, Cox realizes that the box is moving, and suddenly ants throw the box off a rock and Cox falls out. A hungry lizard saw them and quickly moved towards them. Cox saves the ants' lives by chasing away the lizard, thus earning his place among the ants. Mandible, the leader, decides to protect him and offers him to go to their anthill. After this, they continue to move toward their home. The ants soon come across a group of evil Red Bull ants who want their sugar. Mandible gives them only 1 cube and then keeps moving on. The red ant leader, Buter, has a hunger for more and wants the whole box for the Red Bull ants. So he and his tribe pursue the black ants. The black ants attempt to go faster after noticing them, but soon come to a steep rocky hill and attempt to get away by sliding down the edge of the hill. The sugar box tumbles down the hill and into the river, where it floats downstream and becomes a ride. But Buter and his minions soon chase them into the river themselves in a green rusty can and start chasing them downstream, becoming an action-packed river chase. Buter soon collide with the sugar box, causing Cox to fall off into the river. Cox is chased and almost eaten by a hungry pike fish in the water, but is saved by Mandible. After the chase, the ants encounter a waterfall and a yellow car before eventually making it to their nest hill mound. Finally, they reach their home. There they show their sugar cubes to their ant queen, who, after eating one, lays trillions and trillions of eggs. Meanwhile, the leader of the red ants tells his queen about the incident and the location of the black ants. Queen orders the red ants to prepare for the war and start moving towards the black ant hill with all the weapons for the attack. In the black ant colony, Cox sleeps with the ants and dreams of his home in the valley and soon realizes that he has grown his wing back and can fly now. The ants soon wake up the next morning to find that Buter and the Red Bull Ants Queen have formed a dark evil army mob of Red Bull ants and start a war battle, throwing weapons into the mound, trying to break in. The black ants tries to defend themselves, but the enemy weapons are too strong. Mandible, the leader, after thinking and looking at his collection of objects and tools, comes up with a plan. He takes out some matches and some explosives, and only manages to light one due to being short of matches. But Cox soon remembers that there was another matchbox back at the picnic. He tells Mandible, and Mandible sends him to fetch it for him. Cox flies back to the picnic rug and finds that a black spider is taking the matchbox with him. Cox follows the spider to its dollhouse home inside a sewer that his parents warned him of. Cox manages to sneak in, but is almost eaten by a large hungry frog named Jean Paul, but the dollhouse instead falls over sideways and crushes Jean off screen. The spider cheers Cox up with some music and food, and Cox then informs him of his situation and the spider lets him take the matchbox back to the mound. But on his way, he comes across the flies from before, who are now bullying a female ladybug. Cox chases them across the valley, till they are finally all killed and wiped out when getting by the yellow car. Cox falls in love with the ladybug, but soon has to resume his journey. When he returns, the ant nest has been almost destroyed and the bull ants have almost broken in. But the ants soon use the matches to light the explosives and destroy the red bull ants. And that's how the black ants won the battle. But the fire from the explosion destroys the nest mound. All the ants soon start reconstructing the mound. Cox gets married to the female ladybug and starts living peacefully. After some time, Cox and Mandible meet again. They look into the sunset while standing on a hill heroically, remembering their victory and looking forward to the future. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the future recaps and stories.